Thank you. God bless you.
Perez Kingsley, a 41-year-old man, has been remanded in prison custody by the Ughelli High Court after being charged with the alleged defilement of his 1-year-old daughter and the sodomization of his 3-year-old son. The act reportedly resulted in severe injuries to the young boy. Kingsley appeared in court on Tuesday and is now being held at Ughelli prisons, awaiting legal advice from the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, DPP. The case, which emerged last week, revealed that Kingsley had repeatedly abused his children, causing the 3-year-old's anus to rupture. The case has drawn significant attention, with activist comrade Israel Joe publicly accusing influential figures of attempting to suppress the investigation. Joe specifically warned the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly and a PDP women leader against interfering in the case. I want to urge the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, one PDP woman leader, and the other bigwigs who are allegedly pulling stunts to ensure they kill the case to stay clear of this matter, Joe declared. Joe also criticized the police handling of the investigation, questioning the decision to transfer Kingsley from the State Criminal Investigation Department, CID, back to the Ughelli Area Command. He demanded transparency and accountability, calling for the case to be charged to court without further delay. Joe warned that any attempt to obstruct justice would be met with strong public resistance. You know, back in the day, we always say, keep the girl child safe, keep the girl child protected. But from this report, you find out that the boy child is equally now endangered. What are your thoughts on this report?
Well, based on what I've seen, it boils down to what we are saying. In River State, in Nigeria, there are some things that need to be put in place. The level of atrocities, the level of crimes that are going on in the country is alarming. It's appalling. It's fermented. Now, looking at edition ground and Joe's affirmation, it's not really a good one. So you know, there's some level of arsenals that should be put on place to foster growth and development. That of Joe is fermented. Now the judiciary. Now there's a part also to let you know. Now the part of the judiciary over matters. Now, there are some matters in the judiciary that takes a longer time. Some persons will are waiting trial, you are wait trial for 5 years. And maybe after waiting trial, then if they sentence you to jail for 10 years, or hopefully you've stayed 15 years of a case of what? Of 10 years. So the court, the Nigerian court and judges should also look into matters, and this also points into also the federal government creating more courts whereby issues of such magnitude can be discussed.
But the matter is already going to court.
The matter, yes,
is already in court, so he was remanded already.
Remanded. Now, the remandation, that's I'm talking, is the remandation process that I'm looking at.
Okay.
But there are some cases that may look like it should not stay for more than 2 or 3 days. But most of the time, it takes a longer time.
What do you think will make a father to want to, you know, sodomize his boy child and rape his daughter? What do you think would have prompted a man to think in that direction?
No, listen. As I say, the level of disillusionment in the country is bad. Frustration can make a man. Things do always that direction. But I'm not glamoring. I'm not applauding that, because it is barbaric. It's demonic. For you to attempt such, first of all, to even find your child attractive is an error. Yes. To look at your get attractive is an error, and going towards this direction, the dad did not do well. It is bad, but on the other part, I believe the law should take it because what we are saying is they said until a suspect has been found guilty, right, it is still an alleged crime. So I believe the law should take its course, and to take its course swiftly. That's my take.
Now, I want to gather your thoughts as regards why do we have a rise in this crime? Do you know why I want to get your thoughts out? Now, there was a teacher in December he had sodomized his school, the child in his class, a 10-year-old boy. And before anybody got to find out about it, it was even through another child, right? In the report yesterday, there's a headmistress sodomizing another girl from her school. There is, I don't know if you saw the report about a man that gave, 15-year-old boys 500 and took him to his hotel and all of that. I think that was around last month or so. You find out that this has become so prevalent in current times. When I was growing up, do we hear about rape? Yes. Was it bad? Yes. But now you notice that other than him doing that with his daughter, defiling his daughter, he equally did it with his son. Why is that act now prevalent in the society we live in?
That's why my first sentence my statement I said is out of frustration.
So if anybody that is frustrated can pick up their child.
I'm not saying frustration is the yardstick for such. No?
Okay.
No. Now, I'm saying that, first of all, the father did not do it. It is demonic in the part of the father. But there should be a check-in. Like those days grown up in the society. There are some things whereby the laws and norms of the society come into play. They will tell you that you don't whistle at night. You don't call the name of a snake at night. These were norms and opposite that were safeguarding us, that made us some things we did not do. But these days you don't try. You see a child talking to a father anyhow. You saw this. So all these things are abolished. If in those days he would not even think of, because first of all you think of what would the people say, what would my people say, what would my kids say. That was what would.
So you think people are no longer held accountable? That's why.
No, these days. I don't want to use the word Christianity. But religion have placed a knife against these things that we're holding on trust, and we think that anything can go. Like so some person sees gay marriage as a natural phenomenon. So that's it. But if religion and all this were to be brought in book, even there's some eyes that will even be on you that you will not even think of that. That's because as you're moving now these days, somebody will say, "Isn't that my child?" Those days, children were being held by the community. Children were being trained by the town. Your child is not your child. Your child is a communal child. Your child is those days you can beat up someone's child and beat him up, and the mother will shake you. The father will clamor for you that you've done well. But this day you can't try it. Mere issuing a word that if you've not even completed the word, you'll be sued. You'll be jailed. So these days, the same useless. I don't want to use the word useless, please. I'm trying to mind my word. Now it is now. They've used the word to confirm a certain word, that the word Jason. You see a child that will be half naked and will walk with the parents, and maybe they're even going to service, they're going to church, they're going to an eatery, and the mother will not look at the child and say, "Will you go home and dress properly?" So in all these things, this is where the little seduction starts coming up. And maybe if the father have done it with the female child, he finds the son attractive. But if all this
but why will a saint person, now if somebody is dressed inappropriately, is that an invitation for sex? But that is not, that is not where we are.
But with what we are saying,
what I'm saying, these are minor children.
They are minors,
3 years and 1 year.
That is why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that is demonic. It's barbaric. It's an aberration. It's fermented. I don't know his intention. If maybe his intention is from a coven or from somewhere, I don't want to know. Or maybe if it's a ritual procurement. But I don't see the rationale behind a father or a mother looking at his or her child being attractive to him. That is demonic.
Now, I want to gather your thoughts. One final question before we move to our next discussion. Do you think that we are doing enough as regards, you talked about the judiciary just now. You mentioned how these cases get delayed and it gets kind of lost in transit, awaiting trial, and you talked about he's being remanded before another, we'll hear about it another time. Do you think that has posed some form of empowerment? But that is why this keeps happening, because people don't get to hear that, okay, so person that did this got so judgment and it does not move in an expertise.
You have just affirmed my point. For instance, in issues like this that are glaring, there's some issues that should await trial. Issues like this that are glaring, you hit the nail by the head instantly. You don't keep cases like this to linger to at least let the masses, let the populace see that this person that did this, Mr. A or Mrs. B that did this, the law took it and in a space of 3, 4, 5 a week or 2 weeks at most, that he has been apprehended and is serving behind the bars. Right. Fine, but keeping this.
Now let's make you Lord, Master, and King, and you can decide what would your judgment be for people that rape other people.
People that.
What do you think a fair judgment that can add as a deterrent? What should it be, by your judgment? Now,
blessing by if I'm to judge, but I'm not a judge anyway. But like what the Bible says, say whatever is bound on earth is bound in heaven, and whatever we lose on earth is loose in heaven. Now, going by this, rape case is a forceful attempt. There's no coalition. There's no agreement. There's no acceptance. So on that, you're just like stealing. Yes, and in fact, it's even worse than stealing. So on that rate, the father, if a normal person should be jailed for 5 years, the father should be jailed for 10 years. Ask me why. Because that is his own.
You feel that 10 years is long enough as regards
the
emotional trauma?
I'm trying to tell you that if you're giving this to an outsider,
whatever sentence that is being given,
give it to an outsider, the father
should be more.
Should be more, yes.
So
if they're giving outsider 10 years, the father should be ×2 or ×3.
Thank you so much.